conversation, um, it definitely exposes the type of person, woman or man, right? That conversation is something um, I don't think so. Let me say this. I don't know if the way the statement was presented, if it was meant in that manner. Does that make sense? So like he might have said, uh, a I'm gonna have this conversation about this, and that. But in reality, in my eyes, when you unite as one in a relationship, it should be I'm feeding off you, you feeding off me. If you know what I'm saying, if I got an issue, you know what? Look, that's what we here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not you not calling your best friend for that no more. You know what I'm saying? You not
Mhm.
calling. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, the situations you might have to call your best friend.
I
But
was
I'm just
say we
saying
get rid of
like
the best friend because we in a. Okay, never mind.
no, 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 no. I'm saying
I ain't getting
in a
rid of
sense
my.
of I mean, listen, y'all, no, 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 no.
Oh, he's gone.
We just playing.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, my bad, player, my bad. The phone wrong. I just hit my bad. So yeah, but I think the whole picture, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're with somebody, right? So if I'm dating somebody, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna lean to them first, right? Hey, you know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what's going on. Let's, you know what I'm saying, let's scratch this is what we in it for. We not, you know what I'm saying, we don't delete the best friends, we don't delete the sisters, the brothers, whatever the case may be. But we definitely do um we build a unit, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're not in a relationship to call your best friend if your tire needs to be changed, right? If your man there, please. Matter of fact,
I think somebody called again.
oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, everybody out there, I hope you hear this. If your boyfriend, husband, man, side piece, situation can't change a tire to get you back on the road, or know where to jumpstart your car or check your oil, I need you to fire them right now. pick, pick up your phone and you text them goodbye. These are necessities. Men, we need to be able to do this. But no, but I mean, I don't think that question is necessary. I'm with you on that, Marissa. I think that's something that is something, you know what I'm saying, that should never even be brought up. I'm with you on that.
But I agree with you though, like the unity part, like okay, if we're in a unity, we should be able to come together and help each other when time needed to be helped, right? Like, okay, you my man, I need you to come change my tire, come change my tire. Um and vice versa with a woman. Hey, I need some advice or whatever the case may be, however you lean on your woman, whatever, I need some emotional support. Baby, what you think about this? And the man should be able to ask his girl, vice versa, whatever, whatever. Um, I agree with that because when you're trying to build with somebody, you got to have that kind of unity to be able to trust them to kind of come in when you are in need of something, right? Or
Right.
when you like there's a need. Hey, maybe can you help or whatever, whatever with this. But like I was saying, like that the whole conversation of just like leaving, kind of what we was on before. Like if you got two people that's actively pursuing their dreams and their goals, that's not the focus of the relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like you getting it, I'm grinding, you doing this, you doing that. We just trying to support each other while we both reach our goals. We understand that we're progressing. So it's not a concern of if I'm gonna leave if you're in the growing stage because I'm not because we both doing what we want to do. Um yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, Victor.
I definitely agree with you on that. I feel like when I say the word progress, it doesn't mean that a person got it all together because you got people that's making six figure that's still making progress to move on to the next stage. To me, progress is okay. You complete one goal, now you're working on another one. and you're working on another one, and you're working on another one, because that's what keep you going. That's what keep you alive. That's what I mean when I say making progress. Then you got people that's not making no progress, that probably still stuck and haven't figured themselves out. But if you do got two people that's pursuing their goals, they together, they're pursuing their goals, they're doing things that make themselves happy as an individual, and they bring that to the table to make each other happy. They share plates. You don't hear those conversations with those type of people. You only hear those type of conversation when there's that one person that don't know what to do with their life, don't know what to do with their free time, that's not happy with what they're working at, that's not happy where they're at in life, and that's so needy to the point that it drain you and it slow you down because you love that person so much that you have to attend to that person. And then when it get too overwhelmed, then you starting to question like, should I leave?
Yeah, I mean,
Because they're starting to become a little too much now.
we all adults here. I mean, we ain't got no, you know.
And that just what it be with most people. And you never know when a person gonna get up and leave. I know people that was married. Her husband woke up in the morning and said he's not happy no more. He wanted a divorce. He probably had some stuff going on for the past 6 months and waiting for that time to say it. You know, you had people that was truly happy together. They had a baby. 2-3 years later, they're not together no more. And everybody have their reason why they leave a person. Some have good reasons. Some have poor excuses. But at the end of the day, what's for you is what's for you. What's not, it's not for you. I feel like if you gotta fight, if you gotta fight for something, then it's not for you, because you shouldn't have to fight for nothing in life that's really meant for you to have. And I truly feel that way. And what I mean when I say fight, because hold on, let me clear things up
Come
when I
on,
say
Vic. Come
this.
on, Vic.
Let me clear those things up when I say this, because everybody deserves a peace of mind. Because sometimes what you doing fighting for someone that's trying to leave you and trying to run from you. You know how much energy you gotta have and build to chase that person. And you know what happens when you start chasing that person? Now you running from your purpose. Now you been distracted. Now you losing focus of what's really matter. You probably got an exam coming up. You probably got a opportunity to make better money or anything that could benefit you. And things do happen at that certain time for some strange reason. When it's time for you to take off, something bad happen. I don't know what it is. But hey, if you choose to go chase behind that person still leave you, well, have fun with that. But I tell you straight up, what's for you is what's for you. What's not, it's not. If that person love you, they won't put you in a position where you got to fight, become distracted, and lose focus. Because that's a selfish person. I'm sorry, that's one hell of a selfish person.
All right, David said he got something to say. He put up that finger, honey.
Go ahead, put it in.
Here. Hello, good people. So listen, I just gotta, woo! If you gotta fight, you should leave.
I ain't say nobody leaving.
Oh, all right. So let me say this. So, so fighting for something that you love, right? Fighting doesn't have to be a physical sense, right? You can fight mentally. You can fight emotionally. You know what I'm saying? You fight every day. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you look at it like, future life. You know, we fight every day. I think where he was at with that, I think
David Koch.
Yes.
DK David Koch.
yes.
Just to express to people. That's what that meant.
Huh?
Oh, girl,
David
like,
Koch.
what?
First and last name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Yeah, maybe I should have went on there as DK instead of like the
Yeah,
government,
people would have
because
understood.
then everybody would have been like, okay, that's DK. Like,
People call him DK
Oh,
yeah,
let me know,
yeah,
because I was like, what's going on in the comment section?
in the chat.
yeah. No. You know my initials. That's what
Oh,
people
okay,
call
okay,
me.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Marissa, don't get him. Don't get him. Calm down, big dog. Calm down.
I was
Okay.
like, what is going on? Cut the
Yeah.
show.
Cut the show.
Hey, hold. Can you pause this, please? We got something to happen. Hey, nah, but yeah. So I think people just genuinely, you know what I'm saying, don't realize that we fight every day, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, regardless of how you put it, you might fight the urge to not say something about something that bothers you. You know what I'm saying? You could have been like, hey, you know what? I dropped you off to work, or I came to see you for lunch, right? You know what I'm saying? And, you only spent 10 minutes with me. So now I'm feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? When you had an hour lunch, right? It could be something as simple as, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You came home at 8:30, you know what I'm saying? But you got off at 5. Whatever the case may be, it's a pick and choose, right? You know what I'm saying? You pick and choose your battles, your fights, you know what I'm saying? I feel like anything worth having is worth fighting for, right? And you really gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta encourage yourself too. Because sometimes, you don't realize, you know what I'm saying, that maybe that person is fighting for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, baby, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying. I'm really putting my all into this, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you're not. That's where communication comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, communicating. Hey, you know what? I miss holding your hand while we driving down the interstate. The small stuff, you know what I'm saying? It could be the simplest little thing that, you know what I'm saying, is throwing your whole energy off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I turn over at night because, you know what I'm saying, I don't even want to hold you no more because of the scenario, right? I think, I ain't on what he's saying, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, fighting is definitely a part of, you know what I'm saying, any relationship and any marriage. It's just using, you know what I'm saying, the right way to fight for it. Church.
All right, everybody who's tuning in, the topic of today's show is how soon is too soon to walk away from your relationship. Chime in the chat with your comments, your questions, your thoughts. We want to hear from you on tonight. Make sure you remember to like and share this podcast with your girl, Shaw Speaks. We got Marissa in the house, David in the house, and Victor in the house. Listen, I got something to say. So, Victor, focus on us. Thank you.
I'm just trying to figure out, every battle y'all fought for, what they at. Everyone you don't fight for, every love that y'all don't fought for, what they at.
Okay, now check this out. I would say relationships need to communicate more because everybody fight different, and some fighting is more toxic than other fighting. And so I would advise when you feel like there's a fight on the inside. I believe what David and not even Marissa, but what David is saying is, put in the work. It doesn't have to be. It's not going to be smooth sailing, but put in the work and tap into the things that keep your mind at peace. Now, if you're with somebody that's so toxic that is continuously bringing distractions into your life that you can't even maintain your own peace, that might not be the best person for you to continue to put in the work in that relationship. But it's going to be work. Emotions are going to fly. There's going to be ups and downs, and that's okay. I've heard a lot of what y'all said tonight, but my question is this. Just like a person who is excited to go enroll themselves into college, get their degree of any kind, they know work is going to be involved. Financial sacrifice is going to be involved. Time sacrifice is going to be involved. They see the end goal. The goal is to get that degree, to get a better job, to get more money for whatever other things that they want. That is the intention. With that same energy and tenacity, a lot of people enter into relationships, but not everybody who goes to school finishes. So not every relationship is going to be completed with that person, even though the beginning of the journey, everybody involved intent was to see this go to the next level. But because you are progressing, I'm progressing, we're both trying to work towards our dreams and goals, right? But sometimes, just like in school, that's the best analogy I'm going to get, just the going gets tough. You didn't foresee this coming. You didn't foresee yourself not being able to complete it when you could complete it. So why do the person who decides to say, I can't take this anymore, why do we have to wear the weight of, because we made the conscious choice to say, I can't handle this relationship anymore? Why is it bad that a person is admitting and saying, this is just not working for me anymore?
It's not bad.
Anybody can.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I think people just are not used to.
You're an adult. I'm an adult.
People not used to people setting boundaries. So when you set a boundary, and the boundary is something that's uncomfortable for the other person, it's gonna feel like hurt. It's gonna feel like disconnect. But this person is saying, "Hey, I'm at my threshold, and whatever is going on, I can't take it anymore. I gotta go." That's okay. That's their boundary. That's their decision. This is their life. And people are not used to people setting those kind of concrete boundaries. So when someone walks away and sets a boundary for themselves, it don't always feel good for the other person. So it may feel like somebody's walking away too soon, when in all actuality, they're just setting a boundary. Say, hey, I can't take the emotional distress. I can't take the arguing. I can't take the fighting. I can't take whatever it is that may be going on. And this is too much for me. You know, sometimes I always used to say people are graced for each other. So different people are graced for different people. So whereas some person may be able to tolerate their man snoring all night, the other woman may not be able to tolerate their man snoring all night. And I'm just giving an analogy, like a simple analogy, because somebody may be graced for somebody else's situation where that person may not be graced. And if that other person is
nasal strips,
take it. What you say?
Nasal strips.
I better get you some nasal
I'm
strips.
just saying, it's life.
Baby boy, she finna get up out of there.
Yes, but I was just trying to give a simple analogy. But somebody else might not. That's a simple analogy. Whereas in the situation where it be that somebody may have a family that's really a lot, right? You might get with somebody and they grace to deal with your family, and then somebody else may not be graced, you know, like, and if that person that's not graced leaves, that's better for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's better for you. If they say, hey, I can't deal with this, okay, like, especially if it's something that is not going to change in your life. Like, some people might not be able to deal with somebody who got a criminal past, right? And you get another woman or somebody that got kids. Another woman might say, hey, I can't deal with that. Another woman say, hey, that's okay with me. I'm not judging you or whatever. That woman is not graced. This woman is. You want the woman that's graced for you.
Right.
What is that? Oh.
I know it hurts when people have to walk away. That's hurting. You know, you done did 1 year, 2 years. You're like, okay, baby, we in this, we're doing this. But when a person is telling you, I am stretched out, I'm stretched to my max, this is a lot. Why do we want to hold on to them so tight? Like, no, you've been here this many years. Sometimes they really just trying to tell you, I'm spent.
Uh,
Why we hold on to them when they trying to tell you, like,
I guess I don't know. Everybody have different reasons. They probably hold on because they're getting close to the finish line, and they feel like once they cross that, they want to get them everything they always want to give them.
What if the answer is they just don't want to be lonely? What if that's just the answer? I'm holding on to them because I just don't want to be lonely.
Hey, they must not be appealing enough. I don't know.
A lot of people, if they really would look into themselves, I'm holding on to somebody who's clearly telling me. Because see, before the person give up, they're showing you they can't handle the relationship. They're showing you.
That sounds like somebody
holding on.
That sounds like somebody that haven't really discovered a true identity. Because once you realize who you are as a person, and once you develop that, it's like you know when to let go, especially that person's trying to leave. You know that you become the better version of yourself, that you know for a fact that there's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna snatch you up because who you are as of today. You worked so hard on yourself to be that person that you know for a fact that the next person gonna treat you 10 times better. You won't even have to hold on to that person that's trying to leave because that person's gonna stay in your arms. So it's like that just mine. That's just why I look at things, and it just I've been in a situation where I probably not held on to a person, and they trying to go another direction, and I'm probably was just holding on just to prove a point because I know for a fact once I complete this and that, I want to share with you. I don't want to share with nobody else because you've been dealt with me since day one. You were dealt with me before I had a car. You was dealt with me when I'm working two jobs, riding a bike, going from one job to another. You was dealt, and I want to share all that with you. Now that you're gone, hell, I'll share with the next person, and they even have to stick them, and they even have to go through all that. But that's life. We go through our trial and tribulation. We go through our struggle. We make it out alive, and move on to the next chapter.
And some people aren't meant to be with you when you elevate. Some people, they're meant for just that season of your life. We try to hold on for people for all the seasons, and sometimes leaves it has to change. Oh, hold on.
What?
It's all about communicating. A lot of relationships that ended after 3 years could have ended at month 3. If people communicated properly, asking questions are important. Laying out your intentions and expectations to someone in the beginning, and they don't meet your requirements, after a period of time, you have every right to walk away. There is someone for everyone, and too many people out here are willing to be that one for you to
Oh.
be forcing and molding someone into who you want them to be instead of what's, oh man, it's not showing me the rest. But listen,
She
this is
killed
a
it.
great comment because it feels like force. If that person is telling you, I can't handle it, I can't stay, I'm no longer happy, I don't see us growing, I don't see us progressing. No matter what you keep, well, but baby, I will give you the world if you just hang on.
So let me comfortability is the reason why it hurts and people
Victor
don't let
leaned back.
go.
He excelled. He leaned back.
Listen, listen.
He's stressed. He's
He's
stressed.
stressed.
Hey, he
Jesus.
growing. He got grades in the back of his head right now, growing. He
Victor
reminiscing about
like,
all the
woo,
time.
these women.
So I think right. That's your problem now. So yeah, but so the thing about it is that I think a lot of people it's just comfort, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's put 5 years out there, right? So in 5 years, if me and you are together for 5 years, right? Both of us are very, hard workers. We're dedicated to, to provide in life. We, we like nice things. We got all these things. We got cars, trucks, four-wheelers, a house now. We got all these things in 5 years, right? When we're no longer happy, right? And we know that there's a, there's a little duplex down the road that is my budget now, right? Because 50K and 50K is 100K all day. I don't care how you look at it, right? But if you take 50K away from a home that needs 75K to survive, you can't afford that lifestyle anymore.
You can't.
You don't have enough to even live off a paycheck. You're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You're living in the negative from day one. So you can't, like you can't survive with that. Go ahead, you can read it. Go ahead.
Honestly, most of the brutal breakups are from the delivery of said conclusions in the heart.
Mm. Delivery of said conclusions in the heart.
I get that. I get that.
I was
You
finna
get
toss
it?
it to you, Marissa.
Yeah,
I was
I
finna
get it.
toss it to you, Marissa. I was
Yeah,
finna say it.
because it's like, okay, what they're saying to me, what they're saying is they've already concluded in their heart that this is something that's not necessarily for them,
Tenfold.
right? And they've already processed that in their heart, their mind, their body, their soul, their spirit, and now they're verbalizing it. So if I've already come up to the
Leave it up to my
conclusion,
cousin.
if I come to the conclusion in my heart that this ain't even for me, and then I finally say it, to me, that's what I got from that. That most
Right.
breakups are
But
from
Victor, David, y'all ain't never broke up with nobody? And y'all
Yes,
know,
I
like,
did.
yo, I'm about, okay, y'all knew it in your heart before y'all told the girl, didn't it?
exactly.
That's what that status is saying.
I had a hard time.
Your cousin on it. He on it. Christopher salute.
Hey,
salute
hey,
you.
Chris, that was deep. That was deep, Chris.
Listen,
People
hold
already
on.
know that it's not gonna work out. Like they already
Yes,
come
and
to
be
the
holding on.
conclusion. Mm-hmm. But like
it's,
you said,
it's
comfort. You
comfort.
comfortable. It's familiar. You don't want to start over.
You don't want to start over. You know what I'm saying? It's like transferring a job that you've been at for 10 years. You could do the same exact job for a different employer, and it'll never be the same. You can make more money at this job, but if you become some, I'll give you a prime example. I worked for UF Health Shands for over 7 years, right? I'm not gonna say I was comfortable, but I was very, very comfortable. I did what I ain't gonna say I did what I wanted to, but I would say I did what I, you know what I'm saying, when I wanted to. I got to a point where I progressed very good. I did, you know what I'm saying, I was able to kind of make my own schedule. I was, you know what I'm saying, I was doing good for myself, right? I left there and went and did travel work, right? Which people praise this whole image of traveling, right? But until you've lived out of a suitcase in and out hotels,
Sheesh.
and like, you know what I'm saying, and literally, yeah, the money sound good, you know what I'm saying? But like until you're that uncomfortable and you're across the states, go from Florida to California, and all you have is, you know what I'm saying, a hotel room. It was a 5-star hotel, but it was nothing like my 25-minute commute in the morning where I can get my praise on. I get into a building where I go get my coffee. I go to my breaks. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever I want to throughout the day. My work was done. I was comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When I was no longer comfortable, right, and I was doing something, yes, I made more money, but it wasn't comfortable. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where people go when it comes to relationships. They're comfortable until it's no longer comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's no longer comfortable, we don't know which way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying, what if I'm in a happy relationship and because we're growing,
Okay.
things do get uncomfortable because of the challenges in growth, like growing pains.
Okay.
People stay through growing pains
As you should.
but you're saying people leave because it gets uncomfortable.
They do. That doesn't take away the fact that they should stay.
So you're saying they should stay.
I believe when it comes to growing pains in the sense of working together and it gets tough, that's part of growing pains. If you know what, if you cut back your 40 plus hours a week job to 20 hours a week part time, and now, you know what I'm saying, we're financially tight, where we used to take me, you, the kids, and we would take your sister out every Friday. We can't do that but once every month now.
So let me ask this question. This question, how soon is too soon to leave the relationship, is to the point of someone you're in love with, someone you've discussed the future with, or is this somebody that, hey, I met you at Publix and I like you, and we've had a couple of dates. Like, please paint the picture of the type of relationship we're talking about when we say, how soon is too soon to leave the relationship and they should stay. I'm going through my growing pains. I'm going through, like, help me out, because I'm trying to figure out, because if you're my boyfriend, girlfriend, we're still getting to know each other and we may love each other. We may care for each other, but at some point that's still us getting to know each other. I can leave versus I'm married to you and we're both growing and developing. That's not just an easy exit.
Okay.
So you saying do we apply the same pressure on girlfriend and boyfriend and in marriages?
I think that comes to individuals. So I think if
I
you
can't
approach
do
the
it.
dating stage with the same intensity, you know what I'm saying, for the long run, the goal is to be married, then the sincerity of what you're doing is, you know what I'm saying, is all in that. If you're in love with that person, like if you're in love with that person, then you're already, you know what I'm saying, you're already in that stage. Because I mean, being married to somebody is genuinely just, I mean, another stage, right? So obviously it's a commitment, you vow to God. I mean, everybody has their own interpretation of marriage, right? Some people
Because
like
in
it's
the
just a
dating,
piece of paper.
all I'm concerned about is getting to know you. All I'm concerned about is seeing if this is a good fit for me.
I mean, in my mind, it's about the actual relationship. So once you're committed, once you're in it, how soon is it to leave? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not the first couple of dates. When it's an actual relationship. Because you can go on dates all day long. But that's dating. You know what I'm saying? The relationship starts when you actually settle down with that person, in my eyes.
I guess to it all depends on what people look at as because me, I only want to work that hard in my marriage. I don't want to do that for a boyfriend. But that's just my opinion. I want that as my boyfriend and girlfriend, as we're getting to know each other. Yes, it's serious. Yes, I love them. But he ain't put no ring on it and confirmed that he wants family. He mad because I left. I left too soon. We've been boyfriend and girlfriend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
But isn't that a conversation to be had?
Absolutely, conversations happen. You know, women talk. Women gonna talk. Women gonna tell that man, "Hey, it's been 2 years we're dating. It's been 3 years we're dating. What's going on?" Women gonna talk. It's that man that's not gonna open up his mouth and say, "Well, some men won't open up their mouth and give them a vision of what the future is." So now, because you don't give us that future vision, we out.
Okay.
We see you working hard. We see you making money. We see you getting promotions and progress on your job. We see you, doing different things. We see you enjoy your hobbies. We see you hanging out with the fellas. But in the back of a woman's mind, I'm dating this man for all these years. What is it going to lead to?
Okay. The end result.
Right. But if I'm married to this man, that's another thing. Hold on. Victor, after this, then it's you. In marriage, you've signed a contract. It's bigger than love at that point. It's a partnership. So the rules are different. Most people marry someone after knowing them for a while, and they have ultimately decided this is my person. So too soon would be if we are in our first argument and you run to the lawyer's office for a divorce when we could have communicated.
Straight up. Now that's funny.
What you was finna say, Victor? Oh wait, are you done, David?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
That was too funny. Ran straight to the lawyer.
That part.
Oh man. So that was deep.
Yeah.
She definitely left me speechless.
First time for everything.
Damn man. I don't know who was deep, her or Chris. But
David should have had Chris on the show. Why he playing?
Somebody once told me that, it's never the right time to say goodbye. My boy Chris Brown.
So let's talk about this. You just be trying to hold on to everybody you date. Is that what's going on?
No, man, it's not.
Yes.
Hold on. It's not even
What
about
David
me
at? He
personally.
gonna
Yes,
verify.
that is what's going on.
That's what it sounds like.
That's
You
what's
just trying to
Hey,
hold
mute your
on.
mic.
Hold on.
Mute your mic.
They
Mute your
can't
mic.
go nowhere. They are prisoners.
Mute your mic.
No.
Mute your mic.
No.
Mute your mic.
Pierre prison.
It's not about me.
So check it out. Vic, Vic go hold on. You hear me?
Jesus.
Toxic. That boy picture right there in the dictionary.
Ain't gonna hold
Listen.
on.
You gotta let him go. You gotta let him
Got
go.
to.
No.
Looks like
He ain't-
another
no.
What you mean no? What you mean no? Yes.
It's not about me.
Listen,
It is
and
about
he
you.
always got a reason or some excuse why it was the way it was. And listen, it ain't gonna be easy. And he'll sit on here with y'all till midnight to explain his side of the story.
No,
Not one part of
no.
that story. Not one part of that story will it tell you the truth in the matter. It's gonna be a reason why. About time you raise this finger. But you got it.
So last time I checked, I'm not in a try to get interrogated. And this show is not about me. So
You've
listen,
been bringing up a lot of examples of yourself. You be like, as for me,
because I like to speak of past experience. That's about it. You know what I mean? I don't let a lot of females go too soon that I think I should have maybe stuck around a little bit more, but I don't care.
what's
They
their
somebody
name?
baby
Let's
mama.
get on the show. Let's reconnect.
Well,
Locked in.
what you
If
said?
you feel like you let them go too soon, that means you still want them.
Hell no, they somebody baby mama now. I'm just saying.
So wait.
Huh?
Y'all
Please
are
don't get on that subject.
together,
Please.
and if she's single, you're single, but because she entered into another relationship and had a baby, you no longer find her desirable. Is that what you're saying?
No. Mm-mm. What I'm saying is, I don't backtrack.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
I don't backtrack.
Marissa?
I don't backtrack to nobody, no matter how I feel, no matter how they feel. I keep like moving because you don't know what you're going back into.
Is
And
that
that's
why you
just something
stay
I
so
don't
long?
do.
Because you don't like to backtrack?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That got to be the reason why you stay so long. Oh
What
wait,
are
he
you
said the
talking
show
about?
not about him. Damn,
Oh,
my bad.
because when we was like, you stayed dating
No,
for years after years, I seen your hand go 5 years, like you stayed in
no.
the relationship.
I wasn't saying 5 years.
So I was just like, okay, well,
No, I'm just saying you asked the questions like it's like, for example, I don't got kids, but if someone let me go too soon and then they decide to come back or want to come back and we reconnect and I got 3 baby mamas, an ex-wife, but I'm single, it's like now you have to make a decision. You want to take on all these baggage that I created while you was gone, and that's not fair to nobody.
Okay, wait. Hold on now. You understand that concept. That's a boundary that you accept, right? You say, hey, that's too much baggage for me. So I'm not gonna accept that. Now it's okay. Now it's also okay for somebody to say, hey, this is too much for me in a relationship. So now I'm gonna walk away. So if you can set that boundary and say, hey, listen, you got this, and I can relate to this because I don't have any kids. So I don't have no kids, so I can understand where you're coming from, but that's a boundary that you set with yourself. Hey, I don't want nobody that have an ex or they got, so many baby mamas, baby daddies, or whatever the case may be. We understand that, but we also got to understand that once it gets too much, that's another boundary that it's okay for you or them to set for themselves to say, hey, I understand this boundary. I also understand that when it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. Because that's too much I don't want to accept.
Right.
and that's
It's the
okay.
same concept.
Of course, okay.
It's the same concept.
It's always okay. But I just want to make this clear. If you're watching,
Uh-oh.
just know, I'm not backtracking.
I'm screaming.
I'm sorry, man. What's that baby come out? You ain't a virgin no more. I'm
You
just
got
saying.
some strong boundaries about that, my friend.
my friend.
It's just the fact that if you want to come back the way you left. Don't come back with more kids. Like, no, that's wrong.
That ain't wrong. Well,
Leave them with their daddy, then come back. I'm just.
Everyone has
Anyway.
their preference, I would
yes,
say.
it is.
Because like
But-
if a guy tries to date me and they know I have a child and they don't like I can remember one guy saying, well, I like to date women without children because I'd rather us start our family together fresh. That's your preference.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, no problem. There are men who will like I've had men try to date me. They got 4 kids, 6 kids, 8 kids. I only got 1. I don't know what to do with all them kids. But am I open to get to know this person? No, I didn't date them previously, and it's not about a backtracking situation, but everybody has a preference once they just make the decision to get to know someone or whatever the case may be. But if I get into that relationship, whether it's kids involved, not kids involved, you're growing and you trying to get your career going or not, you are in whatever and I'm trying to see if I can do it, I may prematurely commit to it. Yeah, baby, I got you. I got your back.
Mhm.
All because I'm infatuated. All because I like you. All because, whoo, he don't put that thing on. I don't know, right? Now I've agreed to it. But I do have a right to say, now that I'm experiencing this, the weight of this, I have a right to say, I got to go.
That's okay.
So my question is,
And for you to not necessarily, I mean, you might be hurt, but do I have to be bashed because I said I gotta go? Do I have to be looked at like, oh, I'm wrong because I said I gotta go?
so I don't think
wasted your time when I gave it my honest try. I gave it a try.
So I guess if something is uncomfortable, but you're willing to try it, right?
Come on, Chris. You should have been on the show.
If something is uncomfortable, but you're willing to try, wouldn't you communicate from the get-go that, hey, I'm not 100% on this, but I'm willing to try for you? Because set the expectation out there. So speaking from a man with kids, right? So if I meet somebody, they ain't got no kids, and this is the situation, blah, 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 blah. We going over everything, and you're like, wow, okay, well, you know what? I'm willing to try. I'm not 100% comfortable, right? But I'm just gonna let that disclaimer out there, like, So if something is uneasy for me, I know in the back of my mind, I'm okay with that, right? I got a disclaimer. I know what I'm stepping into. I know you're not 100% comfortable, right? And if it becomes too much with that conversation previously, there's no hard feelings.
I tried
Okay.
going back to someone I was with after 2 years. It was toxic in the end. I had hoped that she may have changed and grew, but after with being for her for like 8 months, it was good for the first 6 and then got toxic. And I realized some people just don't change. I told her I can't deal with this toxic anymore. And she got mad at me for leaving when she was a toxic one. Some people be hanging on to people because they lonely. I promise. Thank you, Justin, for that comment.
Justin, don't ever go back.
Okay. My girl, Yanni.
As someone who has been in a relationship for 14 years, one has to be able to love and cope with different stages of the relationship. We are both imperfect. I've messed up and so has he. We're naturally imperfect. Sometimes we focus on someone else's imperfection failing to see and accept our own. Many are looking for perfection when in reality it does not exist. And if that issue doesn't matter who stands next to you, you wouldn't hold on to them. I agree. I agree.
That was deep, y'all.
Okay. I agree. He ain't going back. Justin say he ain't going back.
Hey, out of there.
But I agree with what Miss Santana says. I feel like a lot of people's perspective and view of how relationships move, flow, in the chemistry of it, sometimes it's not the reality of how a relationship is. It's not always fairy tales. It's not always the relationship goals we see on social media.
Right.
Sometimes your relationship looks different, and it's okay. But do you love that person, and can you grow and cope with that person? Go ahead, Victor.
Um, I just feel like before anyone decide to step into a relationship, they need to check themselves first. They need to check their goals. They need to check their achievement. They need to check their. They need to make sure that they're happy. They need to make sure that they're established with what they're in life, and they need to make sure that they have an empty heart. Because going into a relationship with someone that's still in your heart, that no longer exists in your present, will cause a lot of confusion in a new relationship because you constantly comparing this person to the last person and so forth, so forth, so forth. So I feel like before you go in a relationship, make sure you have an empty heart. The only person that should be in that heart is Jesus, God. Other than that, there shouldn't be nobody else, no ex, no baby daddy, no ex-husband, nobody. You should go in there with an empty heart where that person have a fair chance and a fair shot in a relationship with you in it. And you want to have this discussion. You want to have this conversation with yourself. Should I leave now? Is it too soon for me to leave? This and that to the third. Because 9 out of 10, when you fulfill yourself, you'll choose somebody that's a perfect fit for you. Not perfect to the world, but who is perfect to you. And everything else will flow right.
You know, Victor, one thing I didn't hear you mention, but it happens in a lot of relationships. Like, before you enter into a relationship, check the traumas that you've been through, because sometimes that hinders the relationship you're walking into. And like Justin was speaking about being toxic, sometimes it's from a mental health place. Like, you're not over what the last person did to you. You're not over what happened in your childhood. You're not over how men treated you, how women treated you, or whatever the case may be. And now you're entering into this next relationship for a savior. You're entering into this next relationship so that they can magically remove the things of your past. Or you enter into this relationship because it reminds you of this particular thing, and it's not always the healthiest thing for you. I, I, I tell you, not just financially stable, but mentally stable too. When people enter into relationships, for real.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And there's ways to like, if you need therapy, go seek it. If you need some type of mental help, go get it because it's not fair for the next person to deal with that. Especially they ain't cause none of that. So definitely check yourself.
What you got to say about it, David? He said he's texting and replying to people.
Man, I think self awareness is very, very important. Um, Truly, you know what I'm saying? Like when you wake up in the morning, check the man in the mirror, have a self reflection. I don't believe that I don't believe that every situation has to wait until you're done succeeding to find love. Um, I think I think at times I mean, just be clear with your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Clear with your, you know what I'm saying, your intentions. Be intentional in everything that you do in life, right? If you know what I'm saying, if my intention is to truly, you know what I'm saying, get to know you, spend time with you, but also at the same time understand that, you know what I'm saying, I have other focuses in my life that I'm not going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to give you 110% of me at all times. Are you okay with that? But be intentional and upfront. When people are not upfront, you know what I'm saying, and people don't live their life intentional, that leaves, you know what I'm saying, room for so much more. And then it becomes an emotional attachment, right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you like what I bring to you. You like what I do for you. You like the time we spend together, right? But but what about, you know what I'm saying, those weekends where look, I can't come see you, or you know what I'm saying, you can come over, but I'm not gonna give you any attention. You know what I'm saying? My nose is in the books, I'm focusing, I'm doing this, I'm doing whatever the case may be, right? I'm studying, or you know what, maybe I'm traveling for work, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be, when you're not upfront with that, you don't communicate that from the get-go. I think, you know what I'm saying, it all starts, you know what I'm saying, with self and making sure that everything that you do, you move intentionally and you give that communication all you got.
Okay. Marissa, what you say? What you say?
I just jumped back in. But yeah, though, it is about all those things. It is about the effort. It is about the communication. It is about the knowing the traumas of the person. It's a lot of work. Relationships are work. You know, marriages are more work, continual work.
Woo!
And if I just feel like if you're not willing to put that effort in, um, you might not be one
Don't
called to
enter
the
in.
ministry of marriage, because it is a ministry. Yeah, you might not be called for it, but hey, I
Listen,
digress. I digress.
I enjoyed each and every one of y'all for this show. I think this is a great place to end it up because it's like how soon is too soon to leave the relationship? Though we don't have a specific time frame, at the end of the day, did you enter into it intentionally? Did you
Mm-hmm.
enter into it knowing that there's work to be done and you're willing to put in the work?
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you all for coming as my guests, David, Marissa, Victor. Listen, those who tuned in, I thank each and every one of you for your comments. I thank each and every one of you for just, hanging out with us tonight. So with that, y'all be easy, y'all be blessed, and see you all till next time tomorrow at 8. See you soon.
Appreciate